see me.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here and this is your very first time seeing my face, welcome. My name is Keisha Jonte, and I post videos about pretty much anything as I'm trying to figure out exactly what's going to happen over on this channel. I started posting videos about the build process for my very first home here in the Atlanta area, and lately I've been posting like weekly glimpses into my life, daily glimpses into my life. But I realized that y'all really enjoy home related videos, not so much my life. So today we are going to be back in my sunroom, because the last video I posted, which was me setting my farm stand back up, I'll post a link to that video right here as well as in the description box. But as I was setting that farm stand back up, I looked around the room and I realized that this room could use a little bit of TLC. It just kind of somehow slowly got out of hand. Not super bad, but I went back and happened to go back in one of my previous videos where I showed this room and it looked a lot better. I think we can get back to that part, get back to that point. So today we are going to be organizing the storage in this room and cleaning it up, getting it all squared away, hopefully back to its original glory. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. Again, it's not super bad, it's not as bad as it could be, but it's kind of bad. So we're gonna make it work. We're gonna figure it out. All right, so let's go. All right, so here is the sunroom. For those of you that are new here, this thing over here on the right hand side in the corner is my lettuce grow farm stand. And in my previous video, I showed you guys how I put it together and planted all the seeds literally just the other day. So that's why you don't see anything yet. They're still germinating. And you might be looking at this video and like, this is not even that bad, Keisha. Like, what's going on? But when we turn over here, it's really this area that needs a lot of work. And mainly because I need to do storage, some storage solutions inside of my storage options, right? So I need to organize better, is what I'm trying to say, the cabinets over here. So I can get all of this stuff off of the top of the cabinets and off the top of that other cabinet over there. And then just some of the stuff that's just like on the floor needs to be come up. So again, not terrible, not as bad as it could be, but we can do better.
Yeah. You must be blinded by the lights. We came to shine here. Watch it look daytime in the night. We bring the vibes here. We full of life, you keep the change, keep the change. They hate and say we went and changed. I say the same. You must be blinded by the lights. You must be blinded by the lights, lights. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh.
Because I love you, I only love you strong. Got about some money that I keep under my bed. But we don't spend it though, might need it for more, yeah, yo.
We put the nets up in the lines, now we high, high, high. Kaleidoscope of colors beaming from our eyes. Would've thought was LSD, LSD. Can't lose my mind like Kennedy, Kennedy. You see us cooking recipes, recipes. You hit the top, all you left with is the memories. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, go hard to have it is your purpose. We had some faith that who gon' hurt this. I naughty night, you lullaby. I'm doing me, it's do or die. You must be blinded by the lights. We came to shine here. Watch it look daytime in the night. We bring the vibes here. We full of life, you keep the change, keep the change. They hate and say we went and changed. I stay the same. You AirPods on, can you feel the beat? I just wanna have good times. AirPods in, small talk's cheap, and I don't wanna kill the vibe. AirPods on, can you feel the beat? I just wanna have good times. AirPods in, small talk's cheap, but now I wanna kill the vibe. Yeah, I gotta protect my inner peace. Not everything will deserve my energy. I'm a Steve Jobs, yeah, I think differently. I block out noise and all decoys that limit me. Yes, and I'm fresh out the Apple store, the bag secured. I just put my AirPods on. I need time to recline. Be with my own thoughts. Pulling from deep down and into my own vault. I find beauty in the melodies, color in the harmonies. Life is like an odyssey. Don't wanna be rude if I'm vibing, don't you bother me. Music is medicine, and this is cardiology. Yes. AirPods on, can you feel the beat? I just wanna have good times. But now I wanna kill the vibe. AirPods on, can you feel the beat? I just wanna have good times. AirPods in, small talk's cheap, but now I wanna kill the vibe. AirPods on, can you feel the beat? AirPods on, can you now I wanna kill the vibe.
Just broke up with the radio. Had to unplug from the stereo. Now we got the vibe everywhere we go. Turn it up high, it's incredible. Old school, slow jams, two-step, or just my day. Just like Janet, maybe Aaliyah. If I ain't got you, call me Alicia. And I see colors could fly. West Coast feeling like summer tonight. Joy unspeakable, I'm in a vibe. Wanna have a good time.
AirPods on, can you feel the beat? I just wanna have good times. AirPods in, small talk's cheap, now I wanna kill the vibe. AirPods on, can you feel the beat? AirPods in, small talk's cheap,
and I don't wanna kill the vibe.
AirPods on, can you feel the beat? AirPods on, can you now I wanna kill the vibe.
So I ordered these glue boards to replace the glue board that was in my catchy, but they're too big. They said they were compatible. I'm gonna send them back and get some more.
Everywhere I go, the people really wanna know who I is and who I be. They stop and stare when they see me. If I said it once, no need to repeat. Run up on me, watch you fall to your knees. Tip my hat when it's time for the kill. Ain't no beast when you're really real.
So that was my quick and simple organization session. It's not perfect by any means, but it's done. My main goal was to get all the stuff that was on the top of this storage cabinet, all the stuff that was on there and all the stuff that was on the floor, either into one of the cabinets or out of the room if it wasn't necessary to be in here, and I've done that. So I'll give y'all a quick overview of the room. It's pretty similar to what it was the last time I showed y'all this room, but there have been some minor changes. So first of all, this unit right here is new. I had a different unit in here last time, but I didn't really like it. I was using that particular unit as a nursery, I think, for my lettuce grow. So basically what I was doing is I was taking those Root Riot things and putting them in that unit I had over here and starting seeds in it so that when a spot came available in the lettuce grow, I could just move it from there to the lettuce grow. I decided not to do that anymore because I just start all my seeds in the lettuce grow, and it didn't make sense to have two systems for that. So I changed over to this unit. It's called an EDO or an IDO. It's a 10 pod, and originally I was going to just grow flowers in here, but I decided to use this as my herb garden. So I had my herbs in my lettuce grow before, but I moved them over to this. So that's what this is. And I have a fan on most of my units, all of them except for this one right here, because it helps to mimic, you know, a plant being outside in nature. So that's what this is, and that should be the only thing on top of this cabinet. I gotta figure out what to do with this fly swatter. And then inside this, it's much more organized than it was. Might not seem like it to y'all, but it is. We have I'm able to put way more things on the inside of here than I was before. So I had these Tupperware containers. They're like actual Tupperware brand that I bought from a consultant a long time ago. I actually had put them in the garage so I can donate them back when I moved in, but then I just never did. And so I was on Amazon looking for organization, you know, totes and stuff like that. And I was like, I have these. So these right here are mosquito bits. It kills mosquitoes and fungus gnat larvae so that the fungus gnats don't grow into adult fungus gnats. So that's what that is. These are just extra cups for the lettuce grow. Probably didn't need to put them in. Yes, I did, because with them just being in there, they're so small, they just kind of go all over the place. This is plant food for my house plants, gloves. These right here are little plastic domes. I don't even know if I'm actually going to keep these. Basically, you would, when you're starting seeds, sometimes you put little plastic domes over the area just like that to help. I don't know. I honestly am not really sure what it does, but I bought these for this unit and my lettuce grow. Not my lettuce grow, my arrow garden, which is right here. But I don't really use them, so I'm not really sure if I'm actually going to keep these here or get rid of them. It's hard to do this with one hand. That's why I put them in the front, because when I decide what I'm going to do with them, I can just take them out. And then these are my root riot plugs. So this is the growing medium I use for my lettuce grow. These can only fit right here now because there's not many in the pack. So I will have to figure out what to do when I get a new pack, because it's going to be too big for this area. And then these are clone collars. Let me sit down because my ankles, my goodness. So these are clone collars, and if I have an empty space on my farm stand, I'll put them into the cup. So I'll put a cup into the hole and then put this into the cup so that it blocks light going down into the tank and just keeps bacteria, fungus, gnat larvae, algae, and all that stuff out of the water. And then this is just twine that I use to create a trellis on my farm stand. Back here are the little hoses and the sprayer for the Sunday nutrients that I put on my grass. And then up here is just some other stuff that I couldn't really find any place to go, but it's just like random stuff that I probably also will end up getting rid of. This row right here is mostly tools. So this is clips that I put on the twine, which is what actually holds up the plants when I'm creating my trellis. These are herbs for the arrow garden. So I can actually, instead of using my own seeds, I can plant these things in there. I bought some more measuring cups. These are shot glasses, of course, but I bought some more for mixing up my nutrients because I had these, but as you can see, the writing all washed off when I washed them in the dishwasher. These are extra cups for the arrow garden, and they also fit the I do up there. And these are the extra sponges, the grow sponges that go into the arrow garden and also the I do. These are just tools, so the white caps in there cover up if I had any empty spots there, those will cap those off. These little things right here are where you can put right on it like what is being planted in that spot. And then those black things actually hold up the trellis for that. So they get connected to this and you can create a trellis. And I do put that on there when my green bean plants grow big so that they have something to support them. And then these are just random tools in here. I just put this in here because I didn't feel like opening up the other one. But this is a toothbrush that I use to pollinate my plants. Some little tweezers that I use to help plant. So like when I get the small seeds, I'll pinch them and put them in there. Just like random, there's a lot of random stuff in here. There's some measuring spoons for measuring out nutrients. This yellow thing is a pH tester, so I can test the pH of the water to make sure that it's in the right range. That silver thing is a trowel that actually came with this Sunday kit, so I can test my soil, and I just kept it just in case I need to dig something else up. There's some paintbrushes in there also for pollinating and just some other random things that I put in here. The lid to this one and this one right here won't fit because the box is warped, so that's why these don't have lids on them. And then down here I have my Sunday nutrients. I put these in the front because I'm going to be using these at the end of the week. I have my AeroGarden nutrients, and I have my plant juice that I just bought from my lettuce grow and my other systems. I'll probably run through these AeroGarden nutrients and then just use these if it's good. And then there's another Sunday nutrient thing back there. I think that's actually weed killer. My measuring cup, some Clorox wipes. This is fungicide to help kill fungus gnat larvae. And I've used so many different things. Also used some food grade hydrogen peroxide, which wasn't here, but I took it out because I'm not using it anymore, so I'll use it for something else. But I've tried so many things to kill these fungus gnats. And then some neem oil also to help kill bugs. And then the old nutrients that came with the lettuce grow. I just put that back there. I don't think I'm gonna use it, but something tells me I don't want to get rid of it just right now. So that is what's all in here. Again, way more things in here now than there was before. It died, and I'm not sure exactly where I was when it died, so we're gonna start over from this section. So this is an AeroGarden Bounty, and right now it just has 2 green bean plants in it. I tried growing 4. I've struggled with green beans, so hopefully these actually grow. The last round I did actually did grow, but I tried doing 4, but the 2 on the outside would never grow, so that's why there's only 2 in there. I might replant the other 2 just to see if they'll work. This is my bird of paradise. It used to be bigger. If you remember the other video, you might say, that looks a little bit different. It's because I separated them, so it was 2 in one pot, so I moved 1 over here. And I moved the snake plant that was in here into the living room. And then we just have the watering can that I use to water that. The watering can that I use to water this because it takes gallons of water at a time. So I got a 1 gallon watering can. And then this unit and that unit are part of one IKEA system. Well, actually they're separate parts, but I bought them together as an IKEA unit. I bought them together as a unit from IKEA back when I had my apartment years and years and years ago. And I just moved it in here, the bottom part of that unit anyway. I moved it in here for storage in here, and then the top half that goes on the wall is actually in my office. I did not really do anything to the storage in here because I ran out of like organizational things. So in this I just have gardening gloves. I got a bunch of them from Amazon. I don't think I realized there was that many coming in a pack. But hey, I got gardening gloves. I got twist ties to help stake or help support plants. I got some plant food spikes for the house plants. And I got some bamboo stakes for my click and grow to act as a trellis for those particular plants. And then these are the caps that go on the AeroGarden. They're just in here. And oh, let me sit down again because oh my gosh, my ankles, they're not meant to support all my weight, which actually they are because that's actually what, anyway. This again is the trellis system that goes on the AeroGarden. So as the plants grow, I lift up the top light and then I'll build the trellis so that the plants have something to support. These I purchased from Amazon when I first got my lettuce grow for supporting the plants. Sorry if my thing is crooked, I'm holding it by my hand, but I bought these from Amazon to create or to act as a trellis for my lettuce grow, but I'm not using these anymore, so I'm actually probably just gonna like donate them, get rid of them some way because I don't use them. I thought I would like it better than having the twine hanging down from the top, but I really didn't. I didn't like it sticking out, so I'm not using those anymore. In here I have mats. Originally, my lettuce grow sat on one of these mats to protect the floor from water, but now it's sitting on the dolly, so I don't need this anymore. Some people do put the dolly on top of this for extra protection. Oh, I gotta get that from back there, but right now, now I just use these on the floor when I'm taking the lettuce grow down, I'll put these down on the floor so I can drop the pieces on them because sometimes they're wet. I have an extra pump because people have told me, or not me, but I've seen people complain that the pump that comes with the lettuce grow dies out. And I was like, just in case it ever does, I need to make sure I have a backup. These golf balls pretty much have the same purpose as those clone collars I told you guys about. I just dropped these in the cups on the lettuce grow. Right now there's actually some in the click and grow to stop light from going into the tank. So I don't know why I decided to go with the golf balls when I already had the clone collars. I think it's easier to take the golf balls out. I've been trying to figure out the best way to do trellising, okay? So I actually purchased a coat hanger, which is leaning up against the wall right there. My idea was to mount it up on the wall so that when like my cucumber plants or other vining plants get big, I can like use that as a trellis to support it. But then I was like, but then it's not gonna be under the light. So that to say, this is the mounts for that. And then these are extra arms for the top click and grow. So because that one usually has tomato plants and pepper plants which grow tall, I got an extra set of arms so that I can lift up the lights, because otherwise these lights stay static. The lettuce grow lights stay static, they don't move with the growth, but those two units, the lights can move. And then this is the old trellis that I had on top of my lettuce grow. As you can see, I just connect it with this eye hook, and then I just have the twine. And I mentioned earlier that these clips that are in the cabinet are used with the twine to create the trellis. So basically I just clip it onto the twine, and then I clip this around the stem of the plant, so that's what holds it up. And then over here on the last section of this thing, this is really what I want to organize more because it just looks a lot. These are click and grow pods. So there's the same kind of growing medium that's in there. It's in here, but it already has seeds in it. These don't have any seeds in them, so I can put anything in there. These came with the lettuce grow. I think they're all lettuce. But I wasn't growing lettuce. Yeah, they're all lettuce, but I wasn't growing lettuce in this one, so I did not plant them. So I might just go ahead and grow them just to use them. And then these are the cups that actually come with the click and grow. As you can see, they're just regular cups. They don't have any holes. They only have this one hole at the bottom, which you put a wick in, because this uses a wicking system to water the plants. But I switched over to these, they call them Pro Cups, that have the holes in them so that the roots get more nutrients and the roots can grow out. They have more space. So I got to figure out what to do with the cups that came with the unit. These are just the covers that cover that, and then the dome. So I mentioned earlier I got those plastic domes, so the click and grow comes with them. These are extra cups as well, and then these are the bamboo skewers that I was using in the click and grow when I had plants in there. So I don't want to throw those away. I'm going to reuse them. And then in the drawer, all of my seeds. And then the timers that come with the lettuce grow that I don't use because why? So that is what's in this area of the sunroom. I'm planning on getting something to organize the drawers better. I think at least this one and maybe that one, and then maybe something to slide in here, even if I don't really need it right now. It's just kind of for future use because I can probably find something to put in it. And then we have my click and grow over here. Whew. If y'all heard my bones creaking, I'm sorry, I'm old, okay? So I have my click and grow 27 over here, which is really 9 pod units with my fans. Like I told you, I have fans on pretty much all of the units so that it helps imitate being outside. Nothing to see there because these aren't planted, but this is what I mean by putting the golf balls in here so it blocks the light. Cleaned off the window sills. They were full of junk. And then of course we have the star of the show, which is my lettuce grow, which I have made a couple videos about already, so I'll post the playlist to that in the corner. And again, fans, my catchy, which I gotta figure out the right size glue boards for that so that it can actually catch something. My other Birds of Paradise, which is looking a little sad, but it's all right. We're gonna work it out. And then over here, these are water shoes. So if you've watched me water my grass or treat my grass in the past couple videos, I usually wear these outside because they're water shoes, so I don't want to mess up like my real shoes. They really shouldn't be in here because this basket is for my harvesting. So when I'm harvesting stuff out of my units, I put them in this basket. So really those shoes shouldn't be there. It's actually kind of probably gross that they're in there, seeing that food goes in there, but it was just the easiest thing for me to do when I came in from the outside the other day. It's just throw them in there. So anyway, that was a lot of talking. And this is, oh, that was me stumbling. Oh, but this is another quick overview of my sunroom. My ultimate plan is to move one of the couches that's in the living room right here. Hopefully it fits, to create a little reading area. Maybe even move the coffee table, the ottoman in here, and get another coffee table. And then figure out what I want to do on the walls as far as wall art. I'm also considering or wondering or debating whether or not I'm going to eventually paint these walls, because I do want to paint all the walls in my house, but I want to paint them a darker color because I'm not a fan of the light. These are really light gray. Not a fan of that, not a fan of white. Y'all know this by now for those of y'all that have been following me. But I'm not sure if I should do such dark colors in a sunroom that's growing plants. I don't know how the dark color would affect like the light. I don't know. So let me know down in the comments if you have an idea about whether or not I should, you know, paint this dark or not. And I just feel like it's gonna look really good, especially when this grows out and I get this thing growing again and these stop being so sad and start growing again, which actually this one is bringing up a new leaf. So I'm very excited about it because I haven't seen a new leaf in a long time. So that's all I have for today's video. Thank you guys so much for making it here to the end with me. My lettuce grow is about to start watering itself. I appreciate every like, every comment, every share, every subscriber, every supporter, every view, even if you're not subscribed. But if you're not subscribed, go ahead and click on that subscribe button because it's free. Why not, right? Turn on your notifications so that you can be notified when I post a new video. And I want to do something different today, so let me know down in the comments something positive that happened to you in the last 24 hours. Regardless of whenever you're watching this video, you could be watching it 3 years from the time it's posted. Anything positive that happened to you in the last 24 hours, go ahead and drop it in the comments below so I can celebrate with you, and hopefully other people that are watching this video and reading the comments can help you celebrate as well. So thank you guys again so much for watching this video. Y'all know I can continue to ramble, so I have to cut myself off. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.